ended up getting a wheelchair. Yeah, I was bedridden in a wheelchair for all 2021. I'm having anxiety now because of talking about it. It's that crazy. So, because then I start thinking about it, you know? Hey guys, how are you? We haven't chatted a while, I know. So let's talk about something. One, probably it's not coming out my nose. And two, let me just give you an update. I just left Walmart. I don't even know how to start this. Let's start all over. Hello? Let's just cut the chat. Some of you may or may not already know I had a health crisis. I'm just going to say this blatantly, straightforward, no emotions, because if I think PTSD is a real thing, I'm sure a lot of people can relate. If you can't, it's just been really, 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 really bad. Long story short, February 2021, I had sinus surgery to remove 2 cysts in my nasal. The antibiotic given was, you know how after surgery you have I'm gonna have to yell because I don't know if you can hear me, a preventative to prevent infection. Any surgery, they give you an antibiotic just to make you not get an infection. Well, I was given Levofloxacin. Took that for 12 days, was having issues when I was on it, suicidal thoughts, very bad pain, joint movement, disability, like your body was on fire type stuff. I brought it to my doctor's attention and it just pretty much was just like, oh, you know. I should have. Anyways, this is why I can't talk about it. I look lovely, don't I? Yeah, I woke up at the crack of dawn. Instead of me getting up to go work out, well, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Instead of me getting to go work out, now I resort to driving around or cart walking at Walmart. That's my exercise now, because as a result of that antibiotic course, I did not know the severe side effects that nobody warned me about. There's a black box label. You know, I was just worried about my nose. You know, you just had surgery. You're laying around for the first 2 weeks. I didn't realize how severe the damage was happening. First of all, I didn't know any of the issues I was having because I was too concerned with my nose. I was laying around in a recliner for the first 2 weeks because you're not supposed to really do much. My mom was there. She was doing things for me. So I was taking it easy. And so I think if it was just like a normal infection or a normal, here's an antibiotic course to get rid of this or whatever, and I was still active, I would have definitely noticed right off the bat. But for me being so sedentary, I was like, oh, wow, my neck is really hurting. And I thought it was a recliner because I was sleeping upright and, you know, trying my nose to drain. And, or, you know, I was just up all the time. So I was like, oh my, I can't move my shoulder out, you know, just stuff like that. It was weird stuff. I'll probably go in more depth because I want to speak more about the severity of, I went through hell, y'all. Like, doesn't even describe what happened. It just doesn't. Anyways, like I said, I didn't realize it was the antibiotic about halfway through, and then the last 3 days of me taking it, I was like, hold up. That's when I brought it to my doctor's attention. It was kind of like, no, I mean, there's side effects. That's rare. So I was like, okay, maybe I'm just making a big deal. Maybe it's not the antibiotic. Like, I was very confused, but then, oh crap, no, this is bad. Anyways, got off the antibiotic, tried to detox it out, because, after you're done, you're like, okay, it's done, it's out of my system, yay. But it's weird. It got worse. I went to the emergency room. I thought I had ruptured both my Achilles tendons. I went to sports medicine doctors and orthopedic, and I was like, I can't walk. I couldn't stand on my feet. I couldn't walk. I was crawling this is before I had a wheelchair. I ended up getting a wheelchair. Yeah, I was bedridden and in a wheelchair for all 2021. When we didn't have a wheelchair, I was scooting around a lot. The pain, you don't realize you use every bit of your tendons, your leg. I mean, any movement. I mean, I could just move from one side to the other, and it was just excruciating pain. We had like a line of chairs for me to crawl to the bathroom when he was at work. He would put my food out. He carried me everywhere, carried me to my doctor's appointments. When he wasn't around, my mother-in-law took me, and I had to crawl to get into my car. I'm just briefly going through the gist of it. It was really, really bad. Then they ended up they gave me crutches, but I couldn't even use the crutches. I had to get a wheelchair, or a friend of mine gave me a walker wheeler, but I couldn't scoot it. It was one that you couldn't roll it. You had to use your legs I couldn't do it. I my new life is sitting, sedentary, and definitely can't work out. I can stretch, and some days this is a year and 8 months later, so I am not like I was last year. I'm very thankful for that. I can stand, I can walk for the most part, but it's small doses. I mean, my whole walking is approximately 20 to 30 minutes, possibly an hour out of my day. I'm usually better in the mornings. Towards the end, it's a little bit harder. I have a chair in the shower. I sit to shower most days. I'm actually standing now, but it depends on what I did the day before. I mean, it just look up fluoroquinoline toxicity, and every bit of the hell of all the side effects that it lists. Actually, it doesn't even express the details of everything. I can't hear. My hearing is going out. It's like a tinnitus type. I will legit feel like somebody has a bell to my head, and my whole hearing will just zoom in and zoom out. I get very dizzy really easy. I'm always itching. I've been breaking out. I'm 80 pounds. Actually, I might be like 88 now. See all my bones? And so I've just been embarrassed to come on here and explain all this. Also, I don't like to relive it. I have whole videos of, not a lot of them because it got really dark. I've tried to come on here to explain all this, but I just don't like to think about it. I went really, really dark. Like, you know, my whole identity was fitness, working out, being healthy, and I still am at heart. I try, don't get me wrong, I don't try nothing. I've been like juicing, I've been fruitarian, I've been, you know, all these different things to try to heal and try to be able to run again, walk again. I can go to the grocery store now. It's my exercise is cart walking on a, you know, Walmart cart or HEB cart, and just leaning up on it and walking now. Last year I couldn't do that at all. Basically, if you're given a fluoroquinolone antibiotic, I would ask for a less severe drug, because I wish somebody would have told me all this before I had taken that. I had no idea, and it's not as rare, in my opinion, it's not as rare as what they say. It's only rare because whenever you go to the doctor and you tell them all your symptoms, they dismiss it and they act like you're crazy, they act like you're bipolar, or they act like it's rare. They think it's all in your head. It's not. I mean, go to Floxed on Facebook, look up fluoroquinolone toxicity. There's a lot of people suffering, and I think the FDA dismisses a lot of people suffering. I think doctors dismiss a lot of people suffering because it's confusing. It is so confusing. I can't tell you how many times, like today, I'm up going to Walmart when last night I couldn't even stand a shower. Even yesterday during the day I couldn't stand, but I probably stood a total of 15 minutes, and that's throughout the entire day. Warning signs: if you're on the antibiotic now, if you're popping, crackling, just having any sort of pain while you're on this drug, if you have any sort of tingling, buzzing sensations, if you have any suicidal thoughts, if you have any depression, insomnia, oh my God, get off of that. Don't listen to me. I'm not telling you what to do with your doctor or whatever. You talk to your doctor, whatever. But it's bad. So that's the update. I went through a lot. And I have not come on here because I am embarrassed of what I look like. I've lost a lot of weight. I've lost a lot of hair. I mean, I'm bald. I've aged greatly. I'm flabby. It's been not only physically a lot of stress and sadness because of me physically, but just internally, you know, my spirit is, I've always been, since a little girl, like since elementary, since junior high, I mean, track, cross country, basketball, cheerleading, I've always gotten up early. I've always worked out. I always prided myself on health, and now I don't know what my body's doing. I have such sensitivities to food. I have partial gastroparesis. So I can't digest really food. I've been having like allergy issues. It's just been a lot. I'm not used to it. Your body's just failing you. I used to eat like 7 to 8 bananas a day, and now I'm lucky if I can eat half a banana without any symptoms. I can't eat tomatoes now, which I love tomatoes. Nightshades will put me back in a wheelchair for another couple weeks, if not more. And that sounds so crazy, I know, but just, you have no idea. I'm a different person, most definitely. I'm still trying to find out who I am, because like I said, from having to change your whole lifestyle from being active and going, it's a lot of not. It's a lot of sitting. It's a lot of resting. It's a lot of mentally just sitting in your body and not running it off or working it out and getting your endorphins up, and or your stress, go lift some weights and you'll feel better. It's none of that now. None of that. So with all that said, and I'm probably going to do a separate video explaining this, because this is really long. A lot of people don't want to know about all this detail and will be just confused. So this video is just explaining what has happened. It's just briefly going through. It's not one of these days I will do it, the specifics of everything I went through, and try to post, because I have recorded video when you're alone 24/7. Well, Brandon was at work. He worked double time to keep the house going. I lost my job. We lost a lot of income. With all that said, my new outlook is trying to be positive, only seeing the light. With all that said, I'm going to be changing this channel name to something different. I'm having anxiety now because of talking about it. It's that crazy. So, because then I start thinking about it, With that all said, I'm changing this channel. I'm going to change the name. I'm going to revamp it. I hope you stay tuned, and I'm going to also update my life possibly here and there. But the channel is going to take a completely different course. I don't know what else to say about that, other than I hope you stay tuned. I hope you watch, and I hope that you do something great for your body today. I don't know what else to say other than channel's going to be changing, different, total different route, total different genre. I think it's going to be pretty cool, but you let me know. Now that I'm on here, I don't want to change the channel. I want to talk. I've missed you. I'll see you, but I won't see you. You'll see. Bye. I've been walking for the past hour all by myself.